Fear not, my princess, for it is I, Link, ready to save the day.
Hey, I'm the real Link, and I'm the one who's gonna save the day.
Ahem! Actually, it is I, the real Link.
Hey,
You're
what you
both
talking
wrong.
about?
I'm the real Link. Get out of my way.
Oh, why I oughta...
Whoa, calm down, you guys. Wait a sec. Since when could you guys talk? Konnichiwa minasan, genki desu ka? I'm Dave, and today we're taking a look at the latest hero of Hyrule, Link, from Breath of the Wild DX Edition.
Alright, so I've never played Breath of the Wild before, or any of Legend of Zelda game for that matter, so I don't really know what to say here, so, oh, I know. Ooh, isn't this such a pretty box? Ooh, ah, ooh.
Here is Link unboxed, and he comes stacked with a whole bunch of stuff. So starting off with his faceplates, he's only got two. He comes with his standard normal expression as well as a shouting combative expression. But what he lacks in expressions, he more than makes up for in amazingly detailed accessories. But that's only if you got the DX edition. So there are two versions of this Nendoroid, the regular version and the DX edition that you see here. Now if you got the regular version, his accessories include his quiver, a bow and an arrow, his sword, shield and sheath, and his Sheikah slate. But if you got the DX edition, you get all of those accessories and more, including a woodcutter's axe, a boko club, a chicken leg, his hood, and his freaking horse to ride on. Of course, he comes with multiple arm, leg, and hand parts to switch out too. So I seriously don't understand why Good Smile Company decided to do two versions of this Nendoroid, because the DX edition is so much more superior and it doesn't really cost that much more either, that is if you pre-ordered it. And lastly, located inside of Link's box is this beautiful background to display Link in front of. And here he is, Link on his mighty steed, ready to slay some monsters and some guardians. Now I usually save my favorite pose for the end, but I had to show this off first because Link just looks so freaking amazing. I absolutely love all the detail that went into this Nendoroid, and this is a pose that you can only get in the DX edition since the regular version doesn't come with his horse or his hood, which is insane because he just looks too good to not come with. Anyways, like I was saying, the details on this Nendoroid are absolutely stunning, and that includes the details in his horse. For Link, I love the design of his hood. That's a really nice pattern, but I really love the design of his outfit. The way all the belts just surround his body is so cool. He's got so many belts. It looks really nice, and he's just so colorful. And of course, I can't forget about Link's horse. This is also an amazingly detailed horse, and as I've noticed from having other Nendoroids with horses, this horse is actually way more detailed than any of the previous horses like that came with the Fire Emblem Nendoroids. I mean, this horse has articulation in the two front hooves, which is really nice, and it definitely gives this horse a lot more detail. It definitely looks more alive, and of course the horse itself has details on its back. It has all these bags and pouches, and you can even connect the shield to one of those pouches so that it's holding on to it. So this is definitely one of the best horses to ever come with a Nendoroid, and it just works so well all together. Now all that travel on horseback can sometimes lead Link to getting lost, so when he does get lost, he busts out his Sheikah slate to find his way around Hyrule. Now you would think this pose is pretty easy to put together, but it's a little harder because his hands don't actually fit the Sheikah slate that well. You kind of have to squeeze his arms so that they'll actually fit in his hands. Now Link has many weapons in his arsenal. He has his huge woodcutter's axe, the badass boko club, and Link's sword and traveler's shield. But my favorite easily has to be his traveler's bow with his ancient arrow. Just the way he looks as he's aiming his bow is just so cool and badass, and I especially love all the details that went into the bow and ancient arrow itself. It all comes together really well. Another cool detail about this Nendoroid is that if you're not using his sword and shield, you can actually place both behind him so that it looks like he's carrying it on his back. So in order to do that, the middle part of the shield is removable, and that exposes a hole, and the sheath of the sword already has a hole in it. So you would connect the stand through the shield shield and then the sword, and then you could connect that to his back. Now there's a whole lot going on behind him because he also has the quiver behind him, so once you have everything put together though, he definitely looks a lot cooler for it. Overall, this is a fantastic Nendoroid and a must-buy if you are a die-hard Zelda fan. Now, I'm no Zelda fan, but I just love this guy so much. Though, you do have to get the DX edition, and that might be a little pricey now in the aftermarket. And out of all 3 Link Nendoroids out right now, the Breath of the Wild version is easily my favorite. He's just the most detailed and he comes with the most accessories, and you know I love my accessories. But because the Breath of the Wild version comes with so many accessories, he's kind of a pain to put together. He's very frustrating, he has many arm and shoulder parts and hand parts to switch out, and that gives way for a lot of problems. It took a long time to get him in the right poses that I wanted him in, and most of the time I was using the wrong arm parts. So make sure to read the instructions carefully and just be patient because this is a Nendoroid that's going to take a long time to put together, but just look at him, it's definitely worth it in the end. And before I go, make sure to check out my reviews for the Wind Waker Nendoroid and the Majora's Mask Nendoroid right here. Alright, so that is going to do it for me today. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Johnny!